Game 4, ladies and gentlemen, is here. And in the blue color, again going with Atlanteans, this is Vortex playing as Gaia. The other god he had available was Set. So maybe he'll reserve that for the last try. But Gaia, if Kronos goes so well for him, then maybe so will Gaia. On the other side, we have got Magic playing as 4. Man, in the previous game, Magic struggled so hard, and he's gonna do the special Tor build order, where you just use the Dwarven Mine immediately. And I'm assuming he's gonna transfer over the Dwarves, but first he's getting a little bit of wood, because the armory upgrades from the Dwarven Armory, once Magic has the resources required, is currently getting copper shields. That will generate a dwarf for him. So that's an extra villager immediately at the beginning, and they gather resources fast, let me tell you. So this is some pretty cool business. Getting a little bit more trees and then moving on to the gold mine, because he also will be wanting additional ox carts, of course, for wood dropping and stuff like that. Oh, wait. Actually, this is a build order without that. He just has enough for a temple. So there's not going to be any additional ox carts whatsoever. There's going to be, however, the armor upgrade for another additional dwarf. And during the advance to classical age, he will get the weapon upgrade. That's, I think, how this build order works, if I remember correctly. The tree chopping will exclusively be done from the close by trees, and I'm not even sure it was necessary, but you do need it for the house. The house is already done, however. Why is he chopping trees? Must be for the ox cart later. Okay. For our Gaia, we have got the early economic guild, which basically allows you to research upgrades early on, and Vortex has already gotten hand axe to boost his economy further. Now bear in mind, Gaia has these Gaia trees, and you can gather from them faster than you can gather from regular trees. Also, they're hosting more wood in each than normal trees. Normal trees are 200, these are 250. They take a little bit more effort to chop down, however, due to the extra health. Here it is. And we got another gift sub. Thank you so much from Nafors. Nafors? I don't know. Thank you so much. Let me know how to pronounce it. Appreciate you a lot. Temple is coming in for Magic. This is a really cool build order, by the way, and to see it used in the tournament environment is sick. Boyd often says that this is Shadow OP, that it's supposed to be a little too good, actually. We'll see. Well, the weakness of the build is that you have absolutely no scouting information. If we take a look at the map view of Magic right now, he's done the loop around the base, sure. He knows where the second gold mine is. His original gold mine is untouched because of the Dwarven mine only expiring now, so that's looking good as well. Freya is coming in with not too great of a delay, so this is very neatly done overall. And like I said, he got the 2 armor upgrades because they're so cheap. And then he can just get the weapon upgrade now that he's preparing for the next resources. A bunch of dwarves will be gathering from trees. You just need that because, well, too many of your boys are gathering gold. Unfortunately, one of the villagers didn't move on, but Magic's smart. He will fix it. He's also warning early in case Vortex is going to do some kind of aggressive plays. But right now, he's just looking around the map and picking up piggies and whatnot. No relic pickups as far as I've seen. We've got the Anvil of Hephaestus, which makes armory improvements cheaper. Does this thing not show how much cheaper the armory improvements get? That's a strange thing. Girdle of Hippo, I think it's like 50% on the gold cost. Then we've got Girdle of Hippolyta for ranged soldier hit points. That's going to come in great for Terma if Vortex decides to make them. We got the blue crystal shard for wood and gold gather rates. And have we been here? Yes. Wait, has he picked up a relic somewhere? Oh yeah. Ring of the Nibelung for some free gold income as well. And we're going to have double Murmillo. Obviously with Oceanus they can get Bite of the Shark, which is going to give them that passive which makes enemies bleed. I think it's Serrated Blades. By the way, the special 4 upgrade, this Hammer of the Gods thing or whatever. No, it's not Hammer of the Gods. It's called something else and I forgot the name. We're going to check it. I don't care. We're going to check it. Hammer of Thunder. That's it. It makes your Hersiers better. And they get more favor as well because of that. So 4 has some good tools available here in the long run. The first Great Hall is coming up only now, and Magic is actually not going to have units that are able to counter Murmillos. So a Longhouse would be absolutely essential to get. He is doing that in the back actually, so we're fine. I wish this queue showed the buildings, guys. That would be very, very nice. A little bit of hunting outside of the base. Vortex is eagerly work. Oh, okay. In this view, it shows the gold. Cost reduction for armory techs is 50%. Now imagine if 4 picks that up, then you can actually get the H2 upgrades as well from the armory. Although H3 actually. They are, however, not age locked with the Dwarven Armory. Thor's bonus allows you to get them anytime you want, and even these special upgrades would get a gold cost reduction. Now, what 4 will really need here though is throwing axemen. Four-ring axemen. Military barracks, military barracks, military barracks, military barracks. Oh, change his mind, change his mind. We're not gonna spam that hard. Oh, and the Gaia Lash is working differently in Retold as well from the original game. It's kind of like Creep. It interacts with the channels upgrade. It makes buildings regenerate as well. You know, which is very nice to have. And once you get the upgrade, it affects units as well. Makes them faster, makes them regenerate on it. I'm pretty sure it makes units regenerate, right? Yeah, there's channels. That's for the speed upgrade on units. Also affects villagers and caravans, by the way. So if you make a network of lush between your corner and your town center and have lush all across that, that would make everybody fast. It's really epic. It's like a free upgrade. Yeah, and units do regenerate on the lush. That's good. Alright, here comes the efforts to slow down the raiding cav. They're free speed, so if they get smacked as well at the same time, then the Murmillo should be able to pick them off or surround them, but it's not going to be easy to do. The duration of the Caladria slow ability is actually very short, so that's something to watch out for. Magic's going to pump down some extra stuff, and considering that you have access to all these armory upgrades and additional villagers that you get out of that, you can see he's already ahead, and generally speaking the Norse economy is just better than the Atlantean one. The Gaia one, however, does get quite close, and if we take a quick look at the upgrades, also there's the hero citizens which gather even faster. We only have pickaxe. So actually the upgrade benefit from Gaia is not being used very extensively. What's the series score? Look up. It's on the screen. Carnivora is being used. That will eat at least one of the raiding cav immediately. The Terma are focus firing the throwing axemen. I don't think Magic needed to take this fight. Oh my god, ladies and gentlemen, he's gonna lose this. He's gonna lose the Valkyrie. He might lose the entire game if this keeps snowballing like it is. Once you start losing a bunch of units, the rest of them will start falling exponentially as your damage output reduces against them. So Vortex once again had a fantastic engagement here. He's down in population militarily though, so he's gotta be careful, but that was a very highly efficient fight. And what he really needs to care about now is when Magic moves out of his base for the next gold mine. Granted, he could be saving up the favor for a Dwarven Mine cast and just stay at home. As long as he has some Hersier that are auto-generating favor at 0.01 per second, eventually we will get there. Every animal he kills is gonna grant some favor. Every herdable he kills will grant some favor. So all that adds up. The fighting grants some favor. In fact, we're gonna see Vortex trying an expansion play. Now that could be very dangerous. If Magic can get to the heroic age and he gets flaming weapons, this army will absolutely annihilate the Atlantean one. So that is something that Vortex needs to watch out for. Be very, very careful with this. What I'm actually surprised by, guys, is that Vortex has been using this Gaia Forest exclusively so far. The next cast is still free, but the ones after that will be costing resources. And once we get to that point, Magic should really consider burning them down. Or maybe he can burn them down early on, but it really wouldn't do much right now. How are we doing with the armory upgrades? Magic has gotten bronze shield, so that should help a lot against the Terma. He's also looking for a big raid. Population-wise, he's looking good. You know, catching these random units out there is a big play also. We're nowhere near the heroic age 4 Vortex. So this time he's not going to have Contarius around to help him out, but he's got a silly amount of Catapulties. He's going to cast another Carnivora, I think too early actually. Let Magic fight for a second before that is what should have happened. But hey, the Terma are once again getting their jump on the throwing axemen, whereas some of the Murmillo and Catapulties are fighting the raiding cavalry, and that's going pretty good. But Magic overall is winning the fight. He might actually get away with this entire game now that he's built up so nicely. Doesn't even need a second town center to be ahead in terms of civilian population, thanks to all the free dwarves that he's gotten from the armory. I think it's really starting to show its power now, but bear in mind he has no healing and Vortex does. He regenerates a little bit on the Lush, automatically 1 per second. And he does have these Caladria to help him out too. The town center is shooting pretty hard. If he had tower upgrades, it would be even better. But he's just gotta be careful. Just don't take unnecessary fights. Let the second town center do his job. And over time, he might be able to claw back the economic lead. Right now, he has the population lead, but bear in mind, dwarves gather fast. They are better than citizens in that sense, so they count for more. The healing from the Caladria might make a difference once again. We've got a full heal up and Magic's army is toast. He's out there on the gold mine unprotected. He doesn't have military. 30 military population versus 15, and pumping is Vortex. He's pumping hard. Magic's making 4 Valkyries. Where were they in that previous fight? They would have been so useful. Oh my goodness. Well, definitely Vortex will need some heroes to deal with that, but I think he can actually knock Magic off the gold mine. He's not gonna have the favor necessary to get a dwarven mine now, not anytime soon. Barely anything is gathering favor for him. The hunters, or rather berry pickers, are going to be found out there with these relatively fast Terma, able to chase them down, but not doing too much damage here. So that's something to keep in mind. The full heals are coming through. We're also going to have a Carnivora eating one of the raiding cav at the very least, and also smacking the house a little bit. It would be ideal for Vortex to pull back from this one because it's just Terma. He is picking off the throwing axeman though very beautifully, and there's more infantry coming in, excuse me. Oh my god, he's so good with the micro. Look at this guy. He's just taking down everything. He just needs a hero to deal with the Valkyrie spam, which is getting a little bit out of control, but we've got a Murmillo here now. No serrated swords, by the way, or anything like that, which would be the... Actually, the upgrade is called Bite of the Shark. Yes, that's what it's called. But yeah, this is a little bit too much. The 4th Valkyrie coming in. Now Magic has healing, and that is something to fear. You can't really turn heroes mid-combat like that, because they take some time to do so now. And I'm not sure Magic can hold. Also gearing up for the Rhea advance, but that's not going to happen anytime soon for Vortex. He's actually housed at 110, but as this fight is happening, he's getting unhoused, so that's actually pretty useful. The Terma are fighting the Valkyries, the Terma heroes, that is. Are the Caladria helping? They're healing each other right now. But it looks like Magic is in serious trouble. He might be knocked out of the tournament by Vortex. This is absolutely ridiculous. Magic was one of the favorites. Many people would have said Magic is going to be the one to take the tournament home. But Vortex, I mean, the guy barely holding against him. How is he supposed to beat this back? Vortex just pulls away from this. 74 civilian population to 50. He fixed the housing crisis also. And as long as he just makes a ton of heroes and strikes again, I'm not sure how Magic is gonna hold this. Look at all this stuff coming. Oh wait, they're heroes. I thought he actually scaled up his macro a little bit, but no. So far, there's not too many buildings, just 4 of them. But I think Vortex has got what it takes to push Magic off the gold mine here. With all these extra heroes coming in, this is a little bit ridiculous. Even though the Atlantean economy is not as good as the Norse one in general, that's just in general, right? In actuality, here we're in a pretty good spot for Vortex because of the 80 civilian population, and Gaia is no slouch with the upgrades either. Picking off a bunch of units once again, but Magic doing a great job of keeping the cavalry and the Valkyries alive. But will it be enough? They are not actively healing mid-combat. There's more heroes coming in as well to deal with the Valkyries. One of them is getting picked off, and Vortex is continuing with the relentless micro here. Absolutely beautiful work. More infantry is coming in. He is trying very, very hard to pick off further throwing axemen. Doesn't have any favor right now. The macro is certainly slipping though. Too much wood. Needs a little bit of more food so he can print more infantry units. If that was better spread out, that would be great, but I'm not sure, guys, that magic can hold. Vortex's pump is just a little bit too strong. Magic has too many resources. He's trying to go to the heroic age, but if you don't have the gold mine, there's no heroic age. Forget it. Oh, he's gonna have to transfer some of the gatherers, I think, to the gold mine. Getting food out here is nice and all, but that's not gonna be an easy job whatsoever. Yeah, finally the farm transition has begun. Vortex noticed the mistake. Oh my god, that's a lot of farms. They're very unprotected too, so I would like to see some walls soon. In case Magic decides to do a counter raid with all the Valkyries that are actually dead. Yeah, the Valkyries are all dead. What the hell? He lost more than I thought. I didn't actually pick up on it, but he lost all of them except one. Now we are going to see a market, and Magic's attempting the Skadi advance. He is going to need something like that for sure. Maybe he can print out a bunch of Frost Giants, but oh my god, he's gathering from the trees. He's not going for the gold mine because there's an Oracle there, and he knows that Vortex could jump on him. This is becoming slowly a disaster. 100 civilian population is about to be reached by Vortex, and heroic age is essentially guaranteed as soon as he maxes out, because he will no longer be spending resources on further units. In fact, he's cutting unit production right now for that purpose, and heroic age is kicking in. Rhea is the choice. I'm surprised it's not Feya, because you would get access to birds, and birds and bees together can make wonders happen. The collateral being the bees who heal them up. Birds getting healed to full, while you don't actually have access to heroes, is really, really tough. But Magic is going to have access to heroes in the heroic age. More longhouses coming in. He's got the double great hall. He can make Goldie with that. So actually might be a good choice here. I just hope that Vortex doesn't throw the army before he gets the heavy upgrades. He can get some Cantarius out. The Cantarius would actually be absolutely brutal against the throwing axemen. So I'm really confused as to why he's going Rhea. There must be a plan behind this. He will show us. I just really like the whole approach of, I'm gonna go Feya. I'm gonna have more healing in my base with a tree. I'm gonna have heavy Cantarius that are cheap and stronger with the upgrades. Yeah, Magic's gonna take his opportunity to just gather a little bit of gold. I hope he's aware that units do almost no damage to throws and stuff, however. In the old game, you used to have 1 minimum damage even at 99 armor. However, in this game, there's a decimal point damage that carries over, so you have to build it up to achieve 1 damage overall. Now, all the units are on top of this, doing the thing, and ultimately, a traitor will be used on that Frost Giant. That's going to be absolutely brutal. Magic's going to try to get up another hill fort as quickly as possible, and it will finish just in time, and then 2 hill forts will be firing at this army. But ultimately, this is just a bunch of infantry units, right? So it's not too crazy. The defrosting has finished, the trader is in, and now Vortex is ready to take the fight, but there are so many berserks here. I'm not sure this Atlantean army is cut out for this. Again, it's very nice to see the Frost Giant doing the work for Vortex, but Magic's double hill fort might be enough to hold here. However, the medium berserks are getting a little bit low here, and the Carnivora cast at the end of all this might be worth a consideration. Heavy units are in for Vortex on both types, and the Behemoth has spawned. It's regenerating. It will tear down the hill fort. The Terma are on top of the villagers. Magic's pulling out the kitchen knives to fight them back. I'm not sure that's going to be enough. Even the single Huskar that manages to come out is getting frozen. Magic has some good income, but where's his food? He does not have food, ladies and gentlemen. He's about to lose his hill fort. He's not training enough units to deal with this nonsense. There's going to be another traitor available in just 2 minutes, and Vortex doesn't need that time. He knocks out Magic from Red Bull Wololo. This is absolutely nuts. 3-1. He knocked out one of the most iconic Age of Mythology players of all time. This is unbelievable. The guy literally started playing this game just a few weeks ago. What the hell did I just witness? What the hell did we just witness? This is unbelievable, unprecedented, and ridiculous. How does he do it? He can be that good? Is that a thing? Have we been in a bubble this whole time? Holy hell. What a professional. Hats off and respect to Vortex. My god.